So Saturday began and I was up super early that day, 7:30 as you can see here. And I was excited about making cinnamon buns for breakfast. And then while I was making the cinnamon buns, I figured I might as well just use some of the dough because I made a lot of dough. And I was like, I should just do my calzones today because I don't want to really just go and freeze all that dough. So I left the dough in the fridge after doing the cinnamon buns. And so it's like the same stuff. You know, you could use pastry dough recipe or pizza dough recipe to make calzones. I use pastry dough recipe because I already made a bunch of dough for cinnamon buns and I only made, 5, right? So I was like, I'll just use the rest of the dough. I'll pack it up and put it in the fridge and I'll use it later for calzones. So that's what I did. Packed it up, put it in the fridge for calzones for later. And I decided that right at breakfast time. So, yeah. And then I woke everybody up as soon as the cinnamon buns were completely done. I wanted them to cool down enough that when I put the icing sugar that I made into icing on top, it wouldn't just melt all over and disappear. You know what I mean? Because if you don't put it on the right temperature of the bun, it'll just melt off and then there'll be nothing on the bun. So I had to wait for them to cool down quite a bit first and then mix the icing sugar with some water until it was a nice texture and then put it on top. And it just turned out so well. And I was really happy. Yeah, I know, I'm not very great at like rolling and cutting. Okay, guys? I had to hold the bun while I cut it. That's why some of them are bent. Okay? Don't be making fun of me. I can't make perfect ones like in the restaurants or stores. But I'll tell you this. My family was very happy with having the cinnamon buns that I did make. So there you go. And for mine, I used a little bit of brown sugar, mostly white, and cinnamon for a taste, if you wanted to know. That was the inside, that is. That's why it's darker than usual, because I put brown sugar in there. Brown sugar, mostly white sugar, and cinnamon. And I mixed it together. And yeah, there you go. Those beautiful babies right there. They look so good. And so this is Johnny's. He got 2. The boys had 1.5 because they don't really eat all that much in the morning. So coffee with Johnny's. The boys had 1.5. And the boys ate it like crazy. I'm working on the skirt now. It's the first row. You do chain 3 and then 1 crochet. You have to put 1 over the thingy. If I could, I would show you how to do it real quick. You put the string over so it makes 2, and you put it through the loop. Then you put another one over, and then you pull it through the loop. And then you put it over and pull it through 2 of these. And then it'll leave 2. And then you do it again, and it makes this. It's called double crochet. Even though you did chain 3, it's double. So this is double crochet. You do 2 in each of the stitches. So each stitch has 2 double crochet, so that it expands out like a skirt. So After this, you do 1 double crochet, I believe, in each stitch, and you do that 4 to 12 times, and then I'm adding the bottom of the skirt, I'm adding a lip, or rather a nice design just to close, and it's going to be dark purple. I'm also using this color for the collar, and then I'm going to learn how to embroider flowers and bees, because I'm going to embroider this with some pretty designs. But yeah, I'm done the bust finally, and I started on the skirt now, which is exciting, just very tedious. And so I started the skirt. I was already halfway done the first day, and then when we were at camping, I started moving past halfway, and actually I'm closer to being done the first row already. Double crocheting is a lot easier than what I was doing, so it's not taking me as long, and I'm really happy about that. So I think I might be done the skirt, like if I sat down and just done it, I think I'll be done like in a whole day. But I do want to, like, get my numbers up. But today's family day, so I don't know. I'll wear my watch, but there won't be a lot of activity going on because I'm spending most of the day with the boys, and I'm spending most of the day with my husband and the Lord mostly. And yeah, so we're just going to be hanging around with the Lord today, praising and thanking and a whole bunch of stuff. And then I'm going to make granola bars in the afternoon. I can't do them right now as I just woke up. I'm still just waking up. But I wanted to share with you my weekend, obviously. And my weekend was amazing, just so you know. I was so happy to be done the bust. It just was taking so long. And I think it turned out very well. Like, I really like how I did it. And I think I'll use that same technique on making like a headband for myself, because it looks very nice. Like, the stitching alone looks really nice. I could do that for a shirt or a dress for like myself too if I had plushy yarn, which eventually I'm going to get like a big plushy yarn ball, and I'm gonna do like a shirt or a dress for myself. So yeah, it was very exciting. I can't wait to see how it turns out, as I am just learning new techniques now. It's taken me over a year because I wanted to be comfortable in my crocheting enough that it would be, I would be able to venture away from just doing regular crocheting, like crosses and flowers and leaves. And I wanted to move into doing clothes and embroidery. And I'm just super excited about learning how to do like little designs of embroidery, like little bees and flowers and trees on my doll clothes. So it's going to be exciting. And yeah, so I thought that it would be a lot of fun. And then in the afternoon, I started the calzones, as you know. I did shallots, garlic, and jalapeno. So that's what you see in that bowl there. We put a little bit of olive oil into the pan and we let it like heat up. Johnny showed me this trick. And I usually just put butter, but he wanted just olive oil, so I did it his way, olive oil. And then I fried up the shallots, garlic, and jalapeno. And then we added in the ground beef. We did that. We drained it because we didn't want any of the grease. I wanted it to be packable in the cheese. We use a whole small, I will do the recipe and I'll put it on my website, blog for Proverbs 31 Woman. But I will show you later what I used. I used a whole little tiny container of ricotta cheese, and then I used like a big spoonful of cream cheese, And then I mixed the cream cheese and the ricotta cheese together. And then I put the meat and the the shallots and the garlic and the jalapeno in. Mixed it all together. And then put them into little balls. I had to put it onto plastic wrap, roll it up, and then put it into a metal bowl because I wanted it to like freeze, and metal will either get really cold or really hot depending on the temperature it's around. So I put it in the fridge first for a tiny bit while I waited to roll out the dough because I wanted to have the dough ready. Then I put it into the freezer for 30 minutes, and then I pulled it out, and I did my thing with the dough. I was rolling it out so that it would be big enough. Put the sauce on, put the little cheese meatball into the middle, did an egg wash to seal it up, put it onto the baking sheet with parchment paper. Then I did more egg wash, which had garlic powder and dill weed in it. And then I did cheese on top, shredded cheese. It was shredded nacho cheese on top. And then we popped them in the oven for 15 minutes. And then, man, they turned out so good. But yeah, I made them into little balls because I wanted them to be packed into little balls. So all I had to do was plop it into the middle and it wouldn't like fall all over the place. So yeah. And I got this recipe from Tasty on Facebook. They do like these videos. So I took the recipe down and I did it. And it turned out well because the boys just gobbled them up. As soon as they came out of the oven, they waited 10 minutes and then started eating them. And so I had to make more. I used all of the pastry dough that I made for the cinnamon buns. I used it all. I tell you now. And it's the same dough that I use for pie crust, if you just want to know. It's pie crust, pastry dough. It's very easy to make. I think I put up my recipe before, but I'll put it up again for those who want that recipe. Just for like, pie crust or calzones. Because it was light and fluffy. Johnny said it was very flaky and perfect. It had a good texture to it with the cheese and the marinara sauce. He said it was very good. So I did a good job. I didn't want to just use like pizza dough because pizza dough is bready, and I wanted to have a little more of a, I don't know, like a sweet-ish taste. And the pastry crust is quite sweet and buttery, right? Because it's soft and fluffy and buttery. So that's why I did pastry dough. And yeah, so as you can see here, I'm just egg washing it now. And then I put cheese on top. I didn't expect them to get as big as they did, but I can't really tell what's going to happen with pastry dough. Like with the pumpkin pie, it shrunk. Probably because of all the moisture that it was sucking out of the pie juices itself. But it shrunk, and everybody still ate it, so I didn't really care that it shrunk. But yeah, but these, they exploded. They like expanded, and they were quite big and very, very good smelling. Like they smelled so good. Very happy with it. The boys were happy with it. And yeah. So when I make something, it's a very big mess. And so at the end, I show you the mess. And then we cleaned up the mess. Johnny helped me because he was so happy with the food. He was like, I'm going to help you clean. I was like, oh, well, thank you. You don't have to. And he's like, no, I want to. You work so hard on these. I'll help you. I was like, okay. So he helped me clean. We did all of it up And then we put the calzones away. And then, yeah, they still have a couple that they're going to finish up today. And yeah, so that was the calzones, which was the most exciting thing of Saturday. And the most exciting thing of Sunday, which is coming up soon, you will see we had quite the adventure. I wanted to film in the evening when Johnny had his lights on because we were going down the trailhead right at like darkness. It was like 6:30, and we got down to the bottom of the trailhead at like 7, and then we stopped to say goodbye to everybody that came out with us. And then for those who had to go to the washroom, they went to the washroom. And yeah, so it was exciting. Scary going through that like waterfall thing, but Johnny had great they ate all of them almost. I couldn't get them out fast enough. They were eating them so fast.
Get out.
And now the last one is in. Man, what beautiful little tiny jalapeno calzones I made. Aren't they pretty? Made a big mess too, but well worth it. I was just freaking out because the whole Jeep was rocking back and forth, and it was quite freaky for me. And I didn't know what was going to happen. But he made it through each of them. There was like 5 of them because the waterfall thing goes all the way down to the river, to the lake. I can't remember what they called it. Hale Creek. So Hale Creek, it goes all the way down to Hale Creek. And so each time we went around, the road winded around and around and around, going all the way down to Hale Creek. And so we were going over the waterfall each time at the same point when we were going down and then back up. So there was 5 times we went over it. It was freaking insane, but beautiful. So that's why I filmed it. It was a beautiful sight watching the water come down as you go through. It was shallow, and it was easy to get through once you were on the road. I just didn't like all the rocking back and forth. It made me feel like we were going to tip over, but yeah, it was great. Awesome. So we had a lot of fun. And now we're going to head into Sunday, and I'm speaking first thing in the morning, so I'll let you hear the morning video. So right now, I'm just waking up. We're going to have a Sunday adventure, so I'll be filming once in a while during today to add to the video for the end of the week. And so yeah, today's going to be fun. We already have everything that we need set up because we got it ready yesterday. I just have to get dressed and then pack my bag full of the stuff that I'm bringing, which is mostly just crocheting stuff, maybe something to read if I feel like reading, which will probably be the Bible and Created to Be His Helpmeet. And then my journaling book that I use for women's studies, and then also just random other things like maybe some coloring stuff so I can color in my Creative Bible. I was also thinking about maybe bringing some paper so the kids can draw too if they feel like drawing. And yeah, so that's the plan right now. Anyway, I just wanted to update everybody on what I'm going to be doing. And the reason I am not filming my face right now is because I'm not dressed. I'm in my night dress. And the last time I filmed myself in my night dress, somebody ran with that on their social media saying I was naked. So rather just not film my face if you guys are gonna just troll me like that and lie and slander. So you're just staring at my blanket. But yeah, later I'll be filming outside the window on the way there, some other things, and then when we get there I'll be filming a little bit just to show you the site. I'll do some random slow stills and maybe some sped up stills where it's like time lapse, and then slow mo, and then some photos, obviously, because I like photos. But yeah, so I'm gonna post a post right now just to remind everybody it's Sunday and it's the Lord's Day and they should be in the Word and listening to a sermon or two. And then I'm gonna go and get ready to go by listening to a sermon while I do that. Anyway, love y'all. Catch you guys when we get in the car and we're on our way. Later for now. So yeah, I didn't film myself again this morning because, as you'll see for Monday's diary entry, you'll see that I didn't film my face again because, well, I just have no time for this crap where they just like, oh, she's naked. No, I'm really not naked. It was, my hair was down because I was wearing my night dress and my night dress shows my shoulders. And so I put my hair down so that I wasn't showing my shoulders. And I didn't think it was appropriate to show my night dress, so I pulled my blanket up to cover my night dress. And I actually have photos proving this. Hold on. I'm going to mixture them in here right now. Just hold on one second. So, as you can clearly see, that's my night dress side there on for the, I don't know what you would call it. It's like the edge of my night dress that, that, I don't know how to say it. You know what I mean. It's my night dress. So clearly I wasn't naked, but they were saying I was naked in this video, but I was not. I was just using my hair to cover my shoulders and using my blanket to cover my night dress because I didn't think it was appropriate to show my night dress in that way. So that's why I have not shown my face in the morning. I'll film either my blanket or the curtains or my Bible or something, because I just do not want to deal with these stupid trolls that have nothing better to do because they have literally no life. And they just watch my videos, take still shots of random things and be like, oh, look, she's naked. She shouldn't be talking about modesty when she's dressing naked, when she has nothing on, when she could have just easily put on a shirt right away in the morning. Well, I'm sorry that in the morning when I wake up at 4:30 and I make breakfast for my family, after I go down for my nap, I feel like I got hit by a truck and it takes me like a little while to get out of bed. Sorry about that. I'm just serving my family, I'm just doing my best to show them I love them by waking up early, long before they're awake, and making them something to eat so that when they wake up and I'm just getting out of bed, they have something to eat right away instead of waiting for me to get up, get out of bed, have a coffee, and then make breakfast like normal people do. That's what you guys call normal, getting up and waiting a while and then making breakfast. Not me. I get up and I make breakfast right away. And it's at 4:30 in the morning because that's what I choose to do as a Proverbs 31 woman. So actually I'm practicing what I preach. I don't know why anybody is trying to say that I'm not. And I thought that it would be a blessing to those who are always, criticizing and scrutinizing everything a Christian woman does. I thought it would be refreshing to see that a woman who's claiming to love the Lord and walking with the Lord is actually practicing what she's preaching. I preach modesty. I am modest. Oh, look at that. That's strange. I preach Proverbs 31 woman, serving your husband, your family, waking up early, rising while it is yet still night, and bringing food from afar. Now, I don't have to bring my food from afar, but it does take a while to make food, so it's like I brought it from afar. And I just do this every single day of the week. And I cook and I clean. I do the laundry. I will admit I have not been folding again recently, and there's a mountain again, but I will fold when I have a chance to fold. And I guess today would be a good day after I do the granola bars. I could fold since I don't have to run around doing everything else today because Johnny is home and he'll be looking after the boys for me. I could fold. Only take me about 45 minutes. I just don't have time during the week because I'm doing everything else. But I should be practicing what I used to do. Right after each load came out of the laundry, I would just fold it right away. So I probably might have to start practicing that again. You know what I mean? Getting it where it's just like nowhere on the couch again, which would be nice. But today is also spring cleaning, so we're also doing a spring clean where we unclutter all the winter stuff and put it away, and we start pulling out the stuff for spring, like t-shirts, shorts, things of this nature. So yeah, we're going to be doing spring cleaning on top of spending time with the Lord. That's what our morning is for, basically. Our morning is to spend time with the Lord, praising him and thanking him. And then in the afternoon, I'm going to be doing granola bars, folding the laundry, and spring cleaning. And then we'll spend the rest of the day together doing something. We might just go to the park. It looks like it's a nice sunny day today, so I'll take the boys to the park today. They'll have lots of fun there, and I think they'll be super happy with it, considering that they didn't have very much fun yesterday. They were running around, but there was like huge puddles everywhere, and we had to make sure that the boys weren't getting wet or anything. So I think we're going to have to take them to the park today. They ran around a lot, but you know what I mean. It was just not fun for them. So Lucas had a hot dog and he dropped it. So I think he was not happy with that, which is very, very not cool. You know what I mean? Poor little man. But other than that, they had mostly fun when we were in the car and we were exploring. They were having a lot of fun, especially with Mommy freaking out every time we went into a ditch and I thought we were going to roll, and I was like, we're going to do a barrel roll. And then Johnny was laughing and the boys were like, what's a barrel roll? And then I was like, I'll tell you later. But I didn't tell them because I was freaking out, so yeah. But a barrel roll is when an airplane is up in the air and then it does a loop. You know? That's a barrel roll. So, yeah. I was going to explain it to them, but I didn't have the chance. Anyway, we had a lot of fun camping yesterday. We got this, like, amazing fire going, and then they found, like, this weird wooden thing. So we put it over the fire, so it kind of, like, pushed all the heat into one direction. It was really awesome. And it was great. Like, the whole thing was just great. And then I did, like, slow-mo here of the smoke in the fire because I wanted to show just how amazing it was. And Johnny was cooking his ribs on the fire, and they got really, really cooked, but he still ate them. He was really happy with them. So yeah, it was awesome. And then I also did a time-lapse video of the fire, smoke and fire, because I thought it would be fun just to do a small little, you know, thing. Now this is a regular fast video, like the regular video, and as you can see, the fire is coming out quite well, and it's just pushing all that smoke into one place, like towards our cooking area, which is really nice. So everything got nice and smoked, basically. It was really nice. And the boys loved their hot dogs on the fire. It was a great view, so I couldn't help but continuously film the great view of the whole entire place that we were at. It'd be great to go there to camp in the summer, for sure. It was really, really nice. It was a great setup that we had. And we were there. Man, we were out for like 11 hours. So we left early at like 9. We didn't get back until like 8, I think. 8. Yeah. We got back at 8 o'clock, so 11 hours. It was crazy. And I was filming Johnny doing his Jeep stuff because he wanted to have like time to play with his Jeep without us in the Jeep while he was doing his thing. And Logan was asking him questions about it. And he was just like, stay away from the vehicle, guys. And then, yeah, so the boys were like, can we get in the car? And he's like, no. So he gave Lucas his moo, and then they came back over to sit with me and watch Daddy go around for a little bit. I did maybe 10 minutes of him doing his thing, and then he came back to camp, and then he saw that his ribs were like like crispy, and he's like, oh no. And I was like, I told you, I was telling you. And he's like laughing. He's like, I'll still eat them. I was like, I bet they taste really good like that, especially because the barbecue sauce had time to caramelize on it. He's like, yeah, it's not bad, it's very soft. And like literally the meat was falling off the bone, so he was really happy with the smoky taste. And it was like he smoked them, smoked ribs. That's what it was like for him. He was very happy with it. So here he goes. He's just gonna go around now. And I filmed it, and then it started raining. Like, we weren't expecting it to rain. Like, the sun looked like it was coming out, and the sun was out for a while. But then all of a sudden it just started raining, and I got really cold because I don't have very good circulation, which is why I'm working out. I also bought a dumbbell weight so that I could get more circulation in my arms, and I do the walking for my legs, and I'm just trying to get more circulation going because when I get like rained on, I get really, really cold. And so I had to jump into the Jeep and turn on the heat when it was raining because my hands turned completely white and it was not good. So I went into the Jeep to warm them up. My fingernails were purple by the time I got in the Jeep. And so I turned on the heat so it was blasting at me so I could warm up my hands and at my feet so that my feet would warm up because they were getting stiff. And so I was moving my toes and using my hands to crochet to move my fingers. And eventually I warmed up just fine. So, but it's like this every time it rains and I'm out in the rain. It doesn't matter. I need to either be completely covered up with like really super insulated warmth when I'm out, or I have to have a means of warming up my hands. Otherwise they turn white and they look like they're dead. Quite literally, there's like no circulation going, so they lose all color and they turn really white. My fingernails are purple. And it's a scary sight. I gotta say, it's a very scary sight, especially for the kids. And then I'm like, no, it's fine, don't worry. And then I have to rub them and put them on the heat, and then they start turning like strange colors and blotchy, and then they come back to pink and normal. It took so long yesterday, but that's what I get for trying to be one of the men, right? But I had so much fun. Even though that happened, I had so much fun. And I was just super happy yesterday. Super happy. Like, Lucas and Logan were trying to climb up a mountain. And I was like, get down, it's mossy, you'll slip. And Lucas had to get carried down because he got stuck on the rock. the mossy rock. He wasn't gonna move. I was like, don't move. You're just gonna tumble down. And they were so far up, and we were making little tiny like light jokes, like, oh, they think they're mountain goats or something, right? And so I wasn't like totally freaking out, even though I knew that if Lucas slipped, he was gonna fall down the little hill, and then he was gonna land in the prickle bush at the bottom. So I was like freaking out about it inside, but cool and calm on the outside. And then Johnny's friend Alex grabbed Lucas like a football and ran down the ran down the hill with him. And Logan made it down just fine because he's got really good control over his balance. Lucas does not. He has 2 left feet, and I knew Lucas was in trouble. That's all I know. And yeah, so I was just like, don't go up those hills where the moss is. And they didn't again. So that was really, really awesome. As you can see, there's like this rock formation here where Johnny's at right now, and they climbed on that instead. And I didn't mind because it's not like super huge, and it's fine. If they slipped off of it, they would barely hurt themselves. So I was like, yeah, go ahead, climb on that. And they did. They climbed on it. And yeah, boys will be boys, right? They just want to explore and hit things with rocks and sticks and climb and just, do stuff. And they had a lot of fun. I'm super glad that I got to take them. We got to go as a family. There they are. Now they're on the rock. See? They had a lot of fun on that rock. Lucas is struggling a little bit, but he's okay. He's got 2 left feet. He always has some kind of struggling going on, so it's all good. I think I let this go here. Did I? No. I'm explaining that it rained and that I had to get into the vehicle and we were going to pack up and go on an adventure. And I was just filming the surroundings. And I think the next part where I'm talking about the crocheting is when I let the video have its audio. And then I'll come back and I'll do audio at the end of this video. Hold on. Other than that, I've been working on this. I'm more than halfway done now. And yeah, so I'm just gonna keep working on the skirt part of the dress for my bunny. Yeah. Wow, this camera really shows how cold my fingers are. Whew. I know I gotta file my nails. HD, man. HD. And my fingers are dirty underneath the nail because we've been out in, well, here. So when I get home, I'll clean under my nails because I don't like them dirty like that. But I'm more than halfway done. I just have to go loop there, and then I have to start on the second row. I have to do 12 rows. I brought the bunny so I can measure. Then I'm going to do one for the cow. And yeah, so we're just getting ready to go now. We're going to go exploring. And yeah, I'm going to just crochet for a little bit longer while I wait for everybody to pack up and get on their way. At least it was a beautiful spot we chose. Very beautiful. Like the view outside alone was good. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Look at those mountains. What a beautiful view. If it didn't start raining, we would have stayed. Like, look, everybody's having so much fun. had a nice fire going. But say la me, we gotta go. So that's what we did. Packed up and we left. And we went on an adventure going down to Hale Creek on the bumpiest, craziest road ever, which is lots of fun for, crazy Jeep goers off-roading. This was one of the views of the trail that we were taking, and it was just so freaking beautiful. So freaking beautiful. And so we stopped just to take pictures of it. Everybody got out of their vehicles to come and take a picture of it because it was just so beautiful. Like, how do you leave this view without taking a picture of it, right? And here it is. The waterfall freaking thing going down to Hale Creek. I was scared. I was screaming, so that's why I muted the video, because I was just screaming because we were rocking back and forth, and then we got through. As you can see, Johnny was just like going through it like he was on a regular road. However, I was like so scared. So scared. Then all the boys were making fun of me afterward. We stopped for a break so that Lucas could go to the bathroom. And they were all making fun of me because, girls screaming. Off-roading's not for girls. Well, whatever, man. And yeah, so these were my closing numbers for that day, which you'll see later. Lots of crazy things. Like, the thing said I was standing for 12 hours and idle for 2, which is pretty accurate. And because we were just moving constantly, walking around constantly, getting out of the Jeep constantly to take pictures and videos. So yeah, I was moving around quite a bit. And not only that, when we were in the Jeep, I was listening to my songs. So I was the DJ and I was just dancing and in my seat. So I was doing some exercising. And yeah, I got my move ring and my exercise ring and my standing ring because we just had a crazy day where right from the moment I woke up, I was standing. After I did the morning video, which was only 2 minutes, I got out of bed and I got dressed. Started moving around the house, packing things, getting everything ready to go. It was insane. It was an insane day, but it was fun. I got to have a coffee there, thanks to my baby. And he's really good at making hobo coffee, which we call it, because it's literally done hobo style with like, I know some people don't have like a coffee filter, but we use a coffee filter and a French press. And we just did French press style, then coffee filter so that there was no like grains, and then creamer. And then I was done. It was so good though. Really well done. And then I was going to eat there, but I just I didn't want to have my Boost because I knew I would be going to the washroom so much. So I just had the coffee. They ate, and then they had some snackages. I had a snack too, but I didn't have my yogurt because my yogurt was my snack, but I didn't have any of the yogurt. So, and it started raining right away as soon as I sat down. So it wasn't like I could just have a snack and eat. So I just got into the Jeep. We packed up and we took off, and we had our great adventure for the rest of the day. It was an insane, awesome day. We got to do that again. That was a lot of fun. I really like going on the trails. I know it's surprising. Like, most women just don't like doing that, but I had a lot of fun being in the car, listening to songs with my baby, and just watching how happy he was doing his off-roading thing. He was just so happy. He glows when he's doing it. So I like seeing him happy when he does things he likes to do. He was super excited because he had his friends with him too. And yeah, it's always fun to hang out with friends. So I was super happy that we could all do this. Now he's going to have a good week, I think. He's going to have a wonderful week this week. He got it out of his system of off-roading, climbing things with his Jeep. He climbed a freaking mountain with it. So, yeah. And he got to use all of his gadgets inside of the car. And when we were leaving, because it got so dark at like 6, holy crap, 6:30, 7 o'clock was really dark. So he got to use all of the lights that he set up on his Jeep. His like bright spotlights, and then the front lights, and then his headlights, obviously. And so it was amazing. It was awesome. And he ended up taking a picture of his Jeep with all the lights on. And he was really, really happy. He spent a lot of money on those lights. So he was happy that he got to use them finally. I was happy he got to use them finally. And I was glad that we weren't going over the rocky waterfall at night. That would have been really scary. We were just doing a trail by then. So trail was done quickly after we got through Hale Creek area. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I can't even believe that we got to spend that much time together and got to do everything that Johnny wanted to do, and he just was having so much fun. The whole day was so much fun. And I hope that we can do it again. I hope that we can go camping and that we can do a lot more fun stuff together. And we just let the Lord lead us, you know? Lord needs to lead us because we have been focusing so much on what's happening around our country right now. And I just don't feel like we should be worrying so much about what God already ordained. And we can't change any of it. It's going to happen whether we wanted to or not, whether we protest or not. It's just going to happen. So the best we can do is just roll with it and just spend as much time as we can together and have as much fun as we can together. And so that's what we did yesterday. We got to see some beautiful sights. We got to do some wonderful things. We got to experience some crazy, awesome, scary, terrifying things. And the boys just learned how manly men like their Jeeps. Getting them super dirty and climbing and scratching it on branches and just going through rugged terrain and just all that stuff. It was awesome. And I just hope that one day, soon, we can go out and, on a nice warm night, camp out there somewhere. That'd be crazy awesome. Camp right on one of the sites that we were driving past. Just pitch a tent and stay there for the night. Would be awesome. Anyway, I think this will conclude for our weekend video, which I will now convert and upload since I've already edited it. So it's edited and it's ready to go, and I will post it as soon as it's done converting. So I will catch you on the Monday one, which will be later. And I hope that you guys had a wonderful weekend too. And for those in Canada, I hope you're spending a lot of time with your family. Love y'all. Catch you later. Bye.